I'll tell you why I made this video. I don't know about you, but one of the things my students do pretty well is analysing poetry. Analysing, they can take a verb or a metaphor or a piece of enjambment or whatever and say the effect on the reader and frame it as a half decent PE paragraph. But the thing that seems to really antagonise them, that has them whimpering like whipped dogs, curling into a little fetal ball and having a sob, is comparing poems, taking poem A, poem B and kind of forging meaningful links between them. So this video is going to fix that soonest. I'm going to roll out 3 easy win, surefire ways to forge those comparisons between 2 poems. And here you can see 2 decent PE paragraphs that analyse a different quotation from 2 different poems. However, look at that question, compare. On that basis, these offerings are Johnny No Stars, they're Nicole Nulpois. There is no link forged here between those 2 poems, and we need to remedy that and remedy it fast. Now, this first way of forging a comparison, you could train a blinking chimp to do this. It's dead easy. You're looking at the 2 paragraphs and thinking, are they similar? Are they different? Well, do you know what? You don't have to be a professor of linguistics here. You've got one honking on about animal imagery, the one on the bottom going on about verbs. They're different, so clearly I need a connective tonked in here to assert that difference. And in a second, that's going to magically appear on screen. And you can see there that I've tonked in a connective asserting difference at the start of that second paragraph. I could have used in contrast, I could have used on the other hand, couldn't I? If one poem had used verbs and the other had used verbs, if both poems were presenting boys as rough or violent, then I could have used a connective asserting similarity, like similarly, or moreover, or furthermore. So it's just a case of picking the appropriate connective to assert that general, generic similarity or difference between the 2 paragraphs. And if you can master that connective business, I don't think you find it too difficult to compare poems on the basis of technique. I mean, we've already said one poem is using animal imagery and the other, one at the bottom, is using a verb. Clearly that is a difference. And so, tack something like that on the front end of paragraph 2 and you've fostered a comparison between these poems on the basis of technique. This third and final way of forging that comparison, it's slightly more complicated than the other 2, sure, but with a bit of practice, it's as easy as falling asleep. You'll be knocking this out, no problems at all. It's based around really comparing poems on the basis of theme or viewpoint. Thinking about the ideas or the opinions that the poets assert on the named theme, boys in this case. You'll notice poem 1 suggests boys are very dangerous, very predatory. Poem 2 is suggesting that boys are very strong, very physically muscular. So, taking that logic, let's see what we can do to forge a thematic link between these 2 texts. Ta-da! So tack that onto the back end of paragraph 2 and you've really upgraded your paragraph, haven't you? Because you're fostering a comparison based on theme or viewpoint. You'll notice as well, I've got that word, love that word, then, flanked by commas. It gives it the flavour of a summary having that word in there. I urge you to use it, always looks very efficacious, very effective to me. And there you are, folks, 3 surefire ways to take the hassle and the hardship out of comparing poems. Just like you got to do for a big old chunk of your English literature GCSE. So on that note, I'll leave you good people to your day. Wish you the best of luck in that exam hall.